Boardman softball freshman pitcher Tori Strines on Running Point. Tori, thank you so much for the time and coming on the talk with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Tori, let's first and foremost talk about this just experience playing with Boardman softball this year too, coming up as a freshman too. What has this experience been like, and what have you learned from the Spartans so far?
It's been a great season, I think, so far. It's a nice opportunity actually starting as a freshman on varsity, coming in knowing there's 10 seniors on the team, and I think it's just a great time.
When you look at some of the things that have made it a little bit easier and taken away those butterflies, what have really taken away your nerves and let you be able to just relax in the circle?
Just knowing that I have an amazing defense behind me, knowing that they're going to give their full effort when I need them to, and that they will always be there for me, and knowing that I have another good backup pitcher behind me, knowing that she can come in when I need her to help me get out of the struggle.
What's been one of the biggest things you've learned or noticed that's different from the 8th grade softball level to now being in the varsity level of freshman year?
It's just that it's like different with everything. That varsity, you see all different ages through freshmen through seniors. 8th grade, you really don't see that as much, and seeing the bigger competition and stuff in the high school level is a lot tougher. But it's going to really help with me going up through my next couple years in Boardman.
In your last outing, you went up against a Massillon Jackson team out of the Federal League, and your counterpart was a Division I Power 5 recruit. And you went toe-to-toe with her. I mean, it was a 1-0 loss, but you really pitched right with her. How much confidence do you think that gives you going forward into the season?
It really helps my confidence, because knowing that I had a few strikeouts that game with her, and it was just a tough loss going in after it, because she's a Purdue commit and she's got that pitching and movement on her, but my defense really stepped up when we need to, and they just came out strong when they needed to and scored that one run, and we couldn't push in a run on our side, and it's tough.
Let's talk about Coach Moots, too, and how much he's been an influence to your softball career, too, and the short time that you've gotten to be with him in the varsity level.
He's really boosted my confidence. He's helped. He tries to bring me up when I'm starting to go down, but he's really given me some great advice when I'm on the mound, and when I'm in my struggles, he really tries to boost me out of it. It's a great time.
You're getting a lot of love in the comments section, and I know you have a lot of friends in the softball community that are outside of Boardman that you play with travel, or you play against with travel. What's it like being a part of this tight-knit softball community and all the friends that you've been able to make through softball?
It's a really fun time. When we played Fitch, I knew almost every girl on that team, and it was just like a really fun game to me. Going in knowing that Sydney Watts, she's an amazing pitcher, but like I've known her, I've played with her, played against her, and all of those girls, knowing how good they are and how tough it is to pitch against that lineup that they have, because you just know them and know the big hitters they have when they need to have them, and it's a nice time.
Talk to me when you're experiencing pressure in that circle. Maybe there's some base runners on too, and it's a big time to get an out right now. What are some things you're doing to gather your composure, and some things you're telling yourself to focus up before a big matchup?
I don't really think about much in the circle. I just go out there, do my job, do what I need to. But the one thing that really helps me is my shortstop, Jen Alexa. She really helps boost my confidence. When there's a runner on, she'll be like, you do your thing, you do it, we're here behind you. We'll get these balls, we'll field them, we'll give our full effort. She really helps boost it, and especially on 0-2 count, she's like, throw your pitch, you know what you need to throw here. It's really amazing.
And one of the things I've noticed, Tori, and in the couple games I've been able to call for you, man, you pitch so well with runners on base. Is when runners get on, is there like another gear that you get into that says, my pitches have to be even better now because I have runners on base, because it doesn't phase you to have traffic on the base paths.
I'm thinking, I'm like, I can't let these runners score. I think if they put the ball in play, I know my defense is there behind me to stop them. But it's even better to get that strikeout with that runner on second, no outs, and it just really makes them excited. And it really just helps boost everyone and get them excited when you get that big strikeout when needed, or when the runner's on and they stop and we don't let them score. It's just it just gets everyone excited.
Been a theme asking this question today, and I'm going to keep it on with you too. What's the best piece of advice that you've gotten from a coach in your softball career?
I would have to say, when I'm going up to bat, my coaches always tell me, do your thing. This is your at bat. Be smart. You know what you need to do. Don't worry about anything. Go in there with the confidence you have, and just know that you can make things happen.
You've had a lot of success this year, Tori, and with success comes expectations, right? Like everyone on the outside all of a sudden expects you to be great every time in and out. How do you handle outside expectations and outside pressure and not let it kind of affect your mentality in your game?
When I go into a softball game, I think about barely anything. I think about the game, and I don't worry about the things that are going on in the outside of the game until I'm finished with it, because you just don't want that pressure on top of other pressure you have going into the game with anything, like knowing that these people are going to be there, that you got to be good for them. Like, you just don't want to worry about that stuff. You just want to play your game and be the softball player that you are. And that's what I think about the pressure. I try not to let it get to me during it. So it's just, I don't know. It's just like, don't let it bother you sometimes.
We talk about your talent level. We talked with Sydney Watts and her talent level, and just so many other freshmen in the area that are really stepping up and being big contributors for their teams. I want to ask you too what you can say about the freshman level of play that we're seeing in the area, and pair that too with just, do you feel like you have a chip on your shoulder going into a season being a freshman? Do you have something to prove then to a varsity team?
It's just nice seeing all the freshmen and see how much everyone in the freshman class is succeeding and how many freshmen are actually on varsity, knowing that there have been people there before them and how much they've worked to outshine the other players that are there. It's just nice seeing this class that's really succeeding throughout the time, and just seeing how much better that we're going to get and how much more the competition's going to be during this upcoming seasons.
Obviously, you love softball. You play softball a lot. What are some things that you do outside of the sport, though, when it does get too much, or you do need a mental break, or whatever it does, whatever it may be, to give yourself that mental break from the sport?
I would hang out with my friends, or I actually used to play basketball, so I go out and sometimes shoot hoops in my driveway because I just don't want to think about that sport, or I watch Netflix because it just helps keep my mind off of it.
For when you're looking for a good laugh on the team too, who's one of the goofiest players on the team, and what's one of the goofiest things they've done?
Well, there's a few. Dana Haas is one. Cassidy is one of the ones. When we're on the field and there's like maybe the bases are loaded, she'll come up and say something to me and just get me laughing. And it's just like she knows how to like clear the air and keep everything. She's like a very sarcastic person. Jenna Alexa's another one. They really make people laugh just out on the field, or they say jokes that make people, it's just like all sarcasm.
What's Tori Strines' playlist look like, especially before a game, to get yourself hyped up for softball?
I really don't know. I don't listen to music. When we're on the bus, we have sometimes Josie Porter will bring and play the music, or Dana will play the music, and they play songs that really get us hyped up, and they ask people for suggestions and they play them, and it's basically how it goes almost every bus ride.
Do you have any superstitions that if you don't follow, you feel off, and whether it be in the circle or at bat?
No, not really. We have this like little joke that says if Jen Alexa doesn't take the throw down, that we're gonna have a bad inning, or if we drop the ball in the field, that we're gonna have a bad inning during warm-ups. But I really don't have any superstitions while going or pitching or anything.
All right, outside of your wonderful facility in Boardman, what's been your favorite place to play softball so far in your career?
I would have to say down in Findlay. We played at where Findlay's college softball teams. I played there with Valley Extreme. It was a really, really nice facility. Another one is Fitch. I really like their turf field. It really comes in handy when they need it with the rains and everything.
What's one of the go-to meals after a big win for Tori Strines?
Chick-fil-A. I eat Chick-fil-A nonstop. I eat it sometimes before a game, after a game, whenever I can have it. I will eat Chick-fil-A.
Except Sundays, right?
Except
what's the go-to order there?
A Chick-fil-A sandwich with a large fry and a large sweet tea.
Okay. Now, if you had ChickfilA milkshakes, I'm wondering where you rank ChickfilA's milkshakes a part of the milkshake world.
The milk, I would say top 10, maybe 9. They'd probably be 9 on my milkshake list.
All right. Then, retrospect, who's the best milkshake? Like, who has the best milkshake out there?
Handles. I love Handles milkshakes.
Yeah. That's the bar. That is the bar. Like, you can't go away from that. Tori, let's just give you a chance to, like we do with all of our players. I like giving them a chance to kind of shout out those support system. We know that you get a lot of support. You're getting a lot of love in the comments section right now. But shout out those people that have been there for you in the stands, cheering you on throughout your softball career.
I would like to thank my family. They're always there for me, but the two that are always there for me and have coached me all my way are my Aunt Kimmy and Nikki. They've really helped me boost my confidence. They've taught me the game since I've been little, and they try to come to every game they can, but my aunt's one of the coaches at Austintown, so she can't make many games. So when we played Austintown, it was like a friendly family game, and she would make comments at me before the game and say stuff while I was warming up. But like, they've just been there and they've really helped me, and they've taught me almost everything I've known. They've coached me since I was like 8, and it's a really nice confidence to have, knowing that they're going to be there when they can, and all of my family.
Tori, we appreciate the time so much. We love covering you. We look forward to your continued success, and we know that we'll talk to you again real soon.
Thank you.